So while we're here today, just remember this. This is all about you learning. The more you learn, the more you earn. Now, if you've come in here with any preconceived ideas and notions about what it's all about and all that, and any of those border on negative or what somebody else has said, discount it 100%. Because today, every single person in this room will hear something that will resonate with them, that will allow them to go out and make lasting change in your life. That's what it's all about. So enjoy the day. I see you've got some notepads and all that kind of stuff, so you can take a lot of notes. And I'm going to give you the first main quote of the day. This is the first main quote. This is my quote. I love this. This is my quote. And I want you to write it down. If you don't write anything else down today, which I know you will, please write this down. And as I'm talking to you and speaking to you, let this marinate in your subconscious, in your brain. Most people in life don't fail. Most people in life don't fail because they aim too high and miss. I'll go slow because there could be some people here from Tasmania. Most people in life don't fail because they aim too high and miss. Most people who fail in life, they aim too low and they hit. They aim too low and they hit. And then there are others who sometimes don't aim at anything. They wander through life wanting, hoping, and thinking that life is going to give them success. Now, I don't know any of you, but the one thing I do know is that because you are here today, because you gave up your time to be here today, Andrew, you have put yourself in a position to possibly better your life and create a legacy because you took the time to be here, Leo. That's what it's all about. My role, not only is it to get you back into chairs on time and tell you about lunch breaks and phones and all that, because my role is to keep you at a level where you can absorb the information and be ready. My father told me a story once. And the story goes like this. There was a little boy who went walking with his father. And as he was walking with his father in the neighborhood, they walked past a home, and sitting on the porch, or the veranda as you would call it, was an older man that had his dog by his feet. Trusted dog. The dog was just so complacent with life and knew that everything was going to be prepared and taken care of for him. But the dog was sitting there by his owner's feet, and he was moaning and groaning like he was just in so much pain. How many people in this room have had some pain in the last week? Hands up. Hands up if you had some sort of pain in the last week. Who's had some pain in the last month? Hands up, be honest. Has anybody in this room just complained in the last 10 minutes? Hands up. Yeah, I know you were complaining about the push-ups. You're still complaining. You're probably saying, man, I want to take you outside and knock your head off. That's what you probably want to say. People complain. And then the little boy said to the owner of the dog, he said, "Sir, what's wrong with your dog?" And the owner looked at the boy. And the owner said to him, "Oh, it's okay. He's just sitting on a nail." He's what? He's just sitting on a nail. And that nail is causing him so much pain that he's complaining. So the little boy said to his father, "Dad, why is he letting the dog just sit on the nail?" And the owner of the dog said, "Oh, that's easy. It's not hurting enough for him to get off. It's not hurting enough for him to get off." In this room right now, in life, there's so many people who sit in pain and complain and blame and hold on to the past that they don't just say, "You know what? Enough is enough. I'm getting up. I'm pulling all the nails out, and I'm going to go forward." Is there anybody in this room that's sitting on a nail? Hands up. Who in this room is sitting on some sort of nail? Could be a health nail. Hands up. Could be a financial nail. Could be a relationship nail. Could be a friendship nail. Could be a career nail. It could be a nail that's clogging your vision, like you just don't know where you're going in life. There are all kind of nails that we're on. But guess what? Today, my role is to get you to see that you don't have to stay on the nail for the rest of your life. If you're sitting on some sort of nail, any kind of nail, please stand up. Be honest, any kind of nail, please stand up. If there's a nail that's got you nailed in the same position in your life, please stand up. For those of you who are being totally honest and realistic with yourself, this is what I want you to do. I want you to turn around, and I want you to tell the person next to you or behind you, preferably not somebody that you know, tell them why you are here today. Tell them what compelled you to get out of bed and come out in this beautiful Melbourne sunshine weather to be here I'm just joking, man, okay? To be here today, because unless you actually can say why you're here, what are you going to get, okay? And while we're doing that, we're going to up the mental preparation and the brain stuff happening, okay? We're going to, DJ, give me some music while everybody's doing this. Turn to the person, give them 25 high fives. Tell them why you're here and what you want to do. Go, let's do that. Go right now. Let's go. Give me some music, DJ. Okay, you can sit down now. Thank you. Okay, so what does getting off the nail mean? Getting off the nail means understanding that all of us, we are linked. We came onto this planet, we came into this world to do something amazing. We came to do something great. However, sometimes circumstances come into our lives that sometimes test us, that challenge us. Sometimes we come into situations where we have something happen to us and we go, oh, no, I can't go any forward. Oh, no, it can't happen. And then we blame. We blame the color of our skin. We blame our race. We blame our religion. We blame our age. We blame the fact that some of us have hair and some of us don't have hair. You know, I'm looking at you and you're looking at me saying, yeah, dude, you don't have no hair at all. You watch him, that's push-ups time for you coming up soon. So here's what I want to say is that there have been so many successful people who have been on nails. They've been just nailed down for years and years and years and years. But what happened to them? Why were they able to make that transition from being on a nail to becoming successful? What did they do? What do they share? What kind of bond do they share? And guess what? Whatever they share, we all share. We all have it. The question is, are you really ready to use it? How many people think that they're a champion? Hands up if you think you're a champion. How many people in this room think that they have a champion mindset? We're going to test that. We're going to test whether or not you think you have a champion mindset, because a champion mindset allows you to make decisions based not on what you see right now, but what you can feel is waiting for you on the horizon. That's what a champion is. There are three main criteria about being a champion, and I'm going to go through those with you. Number one, incredible, outstanding attitude. Write this down, attitude. You got to have the kind of attitude that allows you to believe that no matter what happens to you, it's not about that, it's how you deal with that and bounce back. That's what a great attitude is all about. I want you to think back. Now, this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable for some people. I want you to think back about your first race in life. Imagine it, your first race. Imagine the results of your first race. Did you win? Did you lose? Was it a tie? Did you quit doing the race? Some of you, I can see you going, oh yeah, I remember that first race, yeah. I see some of you go, oh no, I didn't finish it. Well, let me remind you, your first race, you won, because you're all champions. You won that first race. You know why? Because your first race was the one that allowed you to come into this world. That's right. You know what I'm saying, man? You feel me? You know where I'm going with this? You sure you know where I'm going with this? Well, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to make it clearly obvious for you. See, your parents had sex. Oh, yeah, they did. I know. Oh, she's like, oh, I can't imagine that. But yeah, they did. And when that happened, boom, the race was on, man. You were in that. I know, it's disgusting. Is that your mom next to you? Oh, no. She's like, oh, that's a terrible sight. But it's okay because you were in that thing there and you were gone, man. You were like, and you weren't by yourself. You had over 400 billion other little push-up machines like you trying to get to the finish line. And guess what? Those other little things were grabbing onto your tail, broke it off. They probably punched you. They kicked you. They called you names. They said you couldn't make it. They said you were too slow. They said all sorts of things, but guess what? You kept doing. You just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. And the fact that you're in the room right now means what? You won. The odds of you being born are greater than any other odds that you can possibly have in any aspect of your life. So that tells me right now you already had the mindset. You were born with the mindset. But what happened is, probably, somewhere along the line, the programming, the environment, the situations, the experience, the media, whatever, has now somehow got into here and now is holding on to you saying, well, you know what? You got lucky in your first race. You will never be able to be a winner again. So don't even think like that. And when that starts to happen, you know what you start doing? When an opportunity comes your way, you go, no, that's not for me. That's for the next person. That's for someone else. You can't be talking about me. See, I know these things. I know through experience what I'm talking about. Because I was just like you. I fought, and I came through, and I won. But along the way, I was damaged real bad. Real bad. And then when I got out, my parents, at the end, they had a ribbon for me. They had a trophy for me. And then right before they gave me that ribbon and that trophy, they looked and said, hang on a second. You're damaged. We're not going to give you that trophy. We're not going to give you that ribbon. As far as we're concerned, you can win no more races. So instead of then taking me home and rehabilitating me and getting me back ready for another race, they actually gave me away. They signed me over to the state of California and said, hey, you know what? There's a place called a foster home. There's a place called an orphanage. There's other people out there who would love to feel sorry and take you and send you to battle in their race. But no, we're going to go back and we're going to produce us another gold medalist. So all through my life, when I look in the mirror, there's a big nail that's nailed to my forehead that says, if your own parents don't want you, why are you here? And up until 14 years of age, that was my attitude. Until that man in my life who did adopt me told me this story. And at 14 years of age, he said, right, you got two choices. You can stay here and grow and keep complaining and making excuses and never be successful in life. Or you can look back to that first race and say, well, if I did it once, I can do it again. This next couple of days, you're going to be hearing about a lot of financial strategies of how you can have residual income, of how you can build amazing businesses. But there's a certain percentage of the room that will hear this information and they will say to themselves, oh, that can't be for me because no one's ever offered me that kind of information before. And you might switch off. But I want to say to you, while you're in the room, while you're here, don't switch off. The attitude should be this: I'm here, I'm willing to learn. There are people who are trying to help me and teach me. The information that I get, to the best of my ability, if it resonates with me, I'm going to take some action. That's what Jamie McIntyre in 21st Century is all about. Giving you information and giving you an opportunity to take action. That's it. But in order to take action, you've got to do something else, which is number 2. You got to believe in yourself. Yes, you must believe in you. Because if you don't believe in you, trust me, the rest of the world can say and do whatever they want to do, but it's not going to help you. Because in order to take action, you got to believe that the action that you take is leading you to something that's going to be amazing. In this room right now, is there anyone who sometimes struggles with believing that they can and will achieve greatness? Hands up. Hands up if you have some issues, maybe some troubles. Sometime you look in the mirror and go, oh, okay, right. So, look. I get so passionate about this, man. How you doing, sir? Good. I feel like we're close because we both don't have no hair, so that's good. So I feel I can talk to you, right? I'm so passionate. Let me tell you why. Look at me. You know what? I am from the hood, South Central Los Angeles. Growing up in the hood, did I ever think that I'd be sharing the stage with Sir Richard Branson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie McIntyre, Harry Dent, Tim Ferriss? Did I think that I'd be traveling the world doing this? I had no idea. But the reason why I'm here is because one day someone looked at me, a little short, tiny white man about this tall. I actually tripped and knocked him down because I didn't see him. And when he stood up, he said, "You are big." I said, "You're little. Who are you?" He says, "I am the basketball coach." I said, "You?" I said, "Man, I dribble you myself." He said, "Come and play basketball because you're tall." And I said, "I've got bad knees." I said, "I don't know the sport." I said, "I'm not very good." It was negativity after negativity. It was nail, 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 nail. And then he looked at me and he said, "Son, I don't know you, but I got a sense that inside you, there's something great, awesome, phenomenal. Come down to the basketball courts today at 5 o'clock. Give me 45 minutes of your time, everything you got. Don't hold back on anything. Give it all you got to me. And if you don't succeed, if you don't feel like this is for you at the end of those 45 minutes, run away." He said to me, "Have you played any other sports, son?" I was like, "No." I said, "Because the knees are too bad." He said, "Have you played baseball?" I was like, "No." He said, "Have you played football?" I said, "No." He said, "Have you played cricket?" I said, "Cricket's not a sport, man." Oh, what are you laughing at? Hands up if you like cricket. Hands up if you do not like cricket. Exactly. Because it's not a sport. A sport is when you go and somebody has to win, right? And somebody has to what? Lose. But not in that stupid game of cricket. Seriously, you can go there. Okay, hands if you are intelligent. Who's intelligent in the room? If you think you're intelligent, okay, if you think you are intelligent, just work with me on this next theory here, okay? Here we got intelligent people dress up in the morning. They put on all white. White floppy hat, white shirt, white shoes, white everything. They march out into the sun, Australian sun, for 5 whole days, covered with flies, chasing a red ball for 5 days. And at the end of 5 days, they say it's a draw. Nobody, that's stupid to me, right? I could do better things in 5 days. So it's not a sport. But this coach said, "Try basketball." And I said, "Coach, I'll go." I went out to the basketball courts, and guess what? I played the game. My first game in life. I scored 73 points. 73, 73. Didn't know the rules, 73 points. The coach said to me, that was amazing. He said, "Why don't you join the team?" I was like, I'm hurting. He said, "Yes, okay." I said, "When the team practice?" He said, "Every morning at 5 a.m. I said, "Man, you crazy." He said, "We practice after school at 5 p.m. and then we have study hall and you practice 30 hours a week." I said, "Man, you out of your mind." But he said to me, "Listen," he says, "I believe in you. And if I believe in you, then I'm going to invest my time, my expertise, and everything I have to help you be more than what you thought was possible." So someone asked me last night down in the lobby. He said, "Eric, why do you enjoy speaking? Why do you travel the world speaking?" And it's simply that. Because when I was 14 years of age, a total stranger walked up to me and said, "I see more in you than you see in yourself. And because of that, if you're willing to match my intensity, match my energy, match my passion, I will help you to become more successful in life. So if you were to ask me why I'm here today, and that's it. You see, I've been looking so forward to this because on Tuesday, I had a birthday. On Tuesday, I turned 53 years of age. And at 53 years of age, I woke up and go, wow, I've got another opportunity to motivate, activate, and challenge minds. You see, when I die, I want to know that every opportunity I had, I was able to give it all. Now, on paper, they said there was going to be a lot of people here, like more people that's here now. And I walked down here and I saw, 50, 60, 70, 80 people. And someone came up to me and said, oh, listen, man, wow, the numbers are down a little bit. And I was like, oh, yeah? Who's ever in the room is getting it all. Why? Because you deserve it. Can you see me sweating? I'm working hard, girl. I'm working hard for you. So here's what I want to say. It says it doesn't matter who's in the room. What matters is are you ready to get what we got to give? And every speaker that comes on the stage, this is what we're going to give you. And C is the last one. We go A for attitude. We go B for belief. And then we go C for commitment. Commitment. Ooh. Is anyone here who struggles with commitment? Hands up if you struggle with commitment. Who sometimes sets a goal and then by day 3 go, oh no, I can't do that. How many, okay, this is what month, I'm confused. What month are we in? November. I just want to see were you paying attention. Right, okay. So we're in the month of November. Who had some goals January the 1st? Who sat down and go, right, January the 1st, ooh, I'm going to lose weight. And then January 13th, you were eating a box of lollies. Who had some goals? I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week this year. Who had some goals? Oh, you know what? I'm going to be more nice to my daughter this year. Who had a goal saying like, you know what? By the end of this year, I'm going to have enough money. I'm going to buy myself a new car, go on a holiday. Who's had some goals like that? Now, here's my next question. How many people in this room have struggled, and I mean really struggled, to get close and close and close and stay with their goals? Hands up. Put them up high. Okay, if you got your hand up right now, then guess what? You got some commitment issues. And it's okay because we all do. I had a goal January the 1st and it was this look, okay, hey, how you doing, my friend? How you doing, man? Alistair, how you doing? I'm jealous with you, man. I'm jealous because you got some hair. And January the 1st, I said to myself, well, I got some special cream that I got from the United States supposed to make your hair grow. You're supposed to put it on morning, afternoon, and nighttime. The first week, I was all over it. But as you can see, November, I got nothing. You know why? Because I stopped putting, it was just bothersome. So yes, we got some commitment. But let me tell you right now, if you are truly committed, then guess what? If you can get committed, man, you can fly and soar like the eagles. You can do so much in your life. And that's what I want you to know. A, attitude. B, belief. And C, you got to be committed. What does commitment mean? Commitment is going through the pain. Commitment means going through the fire. Commitment is doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. When you got some coins, you got some meetings, you got some prospects, you got anything you got to do, and you go, whoa, no, not today. That's not going to get you where you want to be. Let me tell you about commitment. So, I was adopted. My mother died in 2004. In 2004, I went back to America, buried my mother, and brought my father to Australia. My father was 87 years of age, 87, bad heart. He had diabetes. Oh, he was just a walk-in box of pills and medication. And I brought him to Australia, and the doctor said, listen, I'm sorry, your father's so gone, so far gone, he probably won't last 3 months. But after 3 months, he was still kicking along. And I was saying to him, Dad, you're in pain so much. Why are you in pain? He said, son, I just lost my wife. I lost my country. I lost my house. I'm losing my health. but I'm still here for you, son. And I was like, Dad, why? He said, because it's just not time. I said, time for what? He said, I'll tell you later. 18 months. 18 months, he was still kicking along. And then I got this call from the doctor, and they said, listen, I'm sorry, but your father gonna have to have his other leg amputated. I was like, wow. So I went to the hospital room to tell him that he's gonna have his other leg amputated, and I looked in his eyes, and he looked at me, and he was like, what's wrong, son? I was like, listen, sorry, Dad, they're gonna have to cut off your other leg. And here I was, 6'7", 235 pounds, chiseled, solid, muscle. Well, no, not anymore, just sorry. And the doctor said to me, you gotta tell him. And just as I was getting ready to tell him he's gonna have his other legs cut off, he looked at me and he said, son, whatever you're getting ready to say, if it's negative, I don't want to hear it. And I said, well, okay. And he looked at me and he said, whatever you're going to tell me, as long as I have breath, I've got life. And as long as I've got life, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight every day, the good fight. What do champions do? They fight until there's nothing left in them to fight with. So that means as long as you have breath, enjoy the ride. As long as you have breath, seek new opportunities. As long as you have breath, look in the mirror and ask yourself a question, what can I do today that I didn't do yesterday that's gonna make me better tomorrow? As long as you're here, have some faith, have some belief. And I drove home with that one word sentence in my head, which was, as long as I have breath, I've got life. Even if you're legless. You want to talk about commitment. Commitment is knowing when the chips are down, you're still going to fight. I got home, I walked into my house. My wife, my daughter, and my 2 chihuahuas was on the floor. Yeah, I got 2 chihuahuas. And I said to my wife, listen, my father's gonna have to have his other leg amputated. And she looked at me and she was like, oh, that's terrible. And I was like, hey, listen, doesn't matter. As long as he's got breath, he's got life. She was like, why, did you think of that yourself? I said, yeah, I'm gonna put that in my next book. My daughter was hysterical. My dogs were barking. I was like, it's okay. He's gonna fight for tomorrow. I went to bed that night knowing that the next day when I saw my dad, I was gonna give him a hug and say, hey man, you know what? You're a rock, you're an inspiration. I wanna be like you. At 10 o'clock that night, the phone rang. And it was the nursing sister. And she said, hey Eric, I just wanna tell you, your father just died. And I said, what? How? I just saw him. And then she said, listen, whatever you guys talked about, as soon as you left the room, he pressed the call button, he called all of us in, and he wanted to talk. I said, what do you want to talk about? I said, well, listen, he said that they adopted you. They said that they got you when you were 3 years of age. They said that when they got you, they looked at you and the doctor said, he won't amount to anything. He won't be successful. He's damaged goods. He told the nurses that him and my mother, they made a commitment together and they said, listen, neither one of us can die, leave the planet until we know that Eric is ready to live life by himself. They shook hands, they hugged, they kissed, and they stayed true to that. My father said that when his wife died, he was ready to die too because he'd been married for 55 years. But he couldn't go. Why? Because he was committed to doing one thing and one thing only, and that's seeing out what his ultimate goal was, even with the pain, mental and physical. So you want to talk about commitment. That is commitment ultra personified. And the reason why he was ready to close his eyes and go is because there was nothing left in the tank. And he had nothing left to prove. Because when he looked into my eyes that last night, And he saw my level of concern. He saw my level of maturity. He saw my level of, I guess, caring about his future and knowing that right now, okay, I'm ready to get out of my nails and go forward, then he can go. So here's my question as I close. As you sit in this room right now, think about those three components: attitude, belief, and commitment. What of those do you need to improve on? Which one of those? Do you need to improve on your attitude? Do you need to believe in yourself more? And do you have to have more commitment to your goals and your dreams? Because over the next couple of days, you're going to be tested, you're going to be challenged, you're going to be pushed, and you're going to be given an opportunity to listen to the information and say to yourself, right, okay, I've got the ability, I've got the attitude to do that. Yes, that sounds good. That strategy, awesome. I like that. I resonate with it. Jamie's going to be talking about a whole bunch of different things today, and he's going to emotionally push you. He's going to give you some things to think about, and you're going to be saying, why, yes, I understand it. I relate to that. And then the second thing that's going to happen is going to be, wow, I like that, but can I believe that I can do it? Do I believe that? And the last one is, if you believe it, are you going to be committed to stay the course? Even when you don't want to, even when it gets tough, are you going to stay locked in? How many people in this room want to fly like the Eagles? D, give me some music, please. Give me that music again. Give me that same music. Give me some visual. Give me some visual on that. Okay, look, if you want to fly like the Eagles, stand up. Stand up right now if you want to fly. Give me some sound. Give me some sound. If you're ready to fly right now, turn to the person next to you and say, I'm ready to fly. Go ahead.
I used to think that I could not.
If you are ready to fly, then today is your day. There is no tomorrow, no next week, no next month, no next year. Make a decision right here, right now, and say to yourself, I am ready to go to the next level because I am a champion. Turn to the person next to you and say, I am a champion. Turn to the person next to you and say, I think like a champion. I walk like a champion. I act like a champion. I am a champion. Now let me see you. Come on, let me see you fly like it. Give me some sound. Give me some sound, DJ. Come on, let me see you soar. Don't be too cool that you can't soar. Come on, let me see you soar. Let's put your hands together. Come on, guys. Today, I really, really, really want you to truly believe that you are in the best place at the best time right here, right now. Because there's no other place that you would be right now that you will not be in a position to get the information that you're going to get from Jamie McIntyre and 21st Century staff and all the other speakers. You know why? Because today is your opportunity to take that information and not just fly, but soar, and soar like the Eagles. I'm going to be here for the next 3 days, and if anybody wants to say hello or ask a question, I'm going to be out the back there somewhere. I've got a stand out there, a little coaching stand. So if you want to make an appointment just to sit down with me and just talk about your goals, your dreams, or your vision, it's free of charge. Just come, sign your name, sit down. We'll talk for 15 minutes because I am here for all of you. So today, just remember, most people in life don't fail because they aim to what? High and miss. They fail because they do what? Aim too low and hit. And then some people don't do what? Some people don't aim at all. You're here today, you're aiming high. I am 100% correct in saying that you will hit your goals if you have a great attitude, you believe in yourself, and you stay committed. Thank you very much. Thank you.